afternoon. It's some shit weather. Now then, it's eased off. The past hour, I've just been in for some dinner. But it is still raining, you can tell by the puddle. Basically come on here for a... I thought I'd better do a video, it's raining. We've been picking tates, we have been picking potatoes. As you can see behind me, a lot of seed has turned up. And we've got a new variety for wheat, winter wheat, if we can get it drilled, Bamford. And the same variety, winter barley, we've got Bolton. Fair stack full. I've also got about 10 tonne of beans sitting in the corner here. Turned out I did 1.62 tonnes an acre of spring beans, which ain't too bad, so I'm quite pleased with that. And I've had it tested for seed, so there's 79% germination, so that's going to be some seed for the spring. Got the sprayer in here, tucked up in here, and because we're not picking potatoes, I'm giving the T6 145 a service, changing all the oil, changing all the filters, and getting it in here while it's absolutely chucking it down. It's just miserable, it's just depressing. We've had 4, 5, 6 inches of rain over a couple of days. Potato fields like a bog. But I'll go and show you in the sheds in a bit. I'm just going to change the fuel filters on here, and yeah, hydraulic filters, transmission filters. It's a job to get. I can hear Spud as well somewhere, and I reckon he's playing in a hole that he's dug in the garden, so we'll go and have a look at him first. As you can tell, it's a bit wet. It's a bit wet. What are you doing? Oh dear. Yeah. Cock. He should have put wellies on. So that field is ploughed and power harrowed, and there's water laying on it, but we didn't want the field to dry out, so that's why we power harrowed it, because it was ploughing dust. You'll be alright, you'll be alright. So, like in previous videos, we've had the grader there, picking off, cross conveyors, elevator. We've got to a point in the shed now where the grader's got to be outside. Obviously we can only harvest when it's dry, but here is the spuds in the shed. We're pleased with them. We are pleased with them. Decent size. I've been picking a few out for bags there, but we'll have a climb up the top of the heap and I'll show you how level the heap is. So this is soggy variety. The variety is, we used to grow Maris Pipers, but we've been on soggy for a couple of years now, just because they're an early variety and you can pick them before it rains. That's the sense we had, and we like to pick them early and get them gone early. That's why we grow them. But I know it's the 1st of October today. Is it the 1st of October or the 2nd? It's the 1st of October today, and it's absolutely hossing it down. I've never known weather like this. Neither's Dad, but here's the top of the heap anyway. Yeah, nice and level. Got a little bit of an arch on it. I know it's not very good light in here, but that's how it's meant to be. And then we'll carry on this level all the way till we get to the front. Put a straw on the top to insulate it. and stop any condensation coming down from the roof, and also to stop the top of the heap going green. And yeah, because potatoes sweat, obviously it's condensating on the roof, and then the straw will soak up any of that. And yeah, it's just a bit depressing really, this weather. We want to be picking potatoes, but the field is like a absolute bog. We've been stuck twice already because we've been going when we shouldn't really be there, but we obviously want to pick them. I don't know what it's like for you guys, if you're farmers, let me know in the comments what the weather's been like, or even if you're not farmers, let me know what the weather's been like. It's just year after year we're having difficult drilling seasons. In the winter time, and then in springtime it was difficult drilling, and now harvest it was a bit catchy. Now potato harvest is just absolutely sodden. Tough time for farming industry. So yeah, if you know a farmer, give them a ring, see how they're getting on, and yeah, just make sure they're all right. Whether you can see me, I don't know. So I've changed this little filter down here. It's got a glass bowl filter, as I call it. There's a little filter in there. Change that. There's one just here that I've took off, and I'm going to take this one off. It's got the water separator on down there. I'd already loosened it, by the way, before anyone says that's too loose. Did it for the cameras. What else can you do on a day like this? Not a lot. We've disconnected this sensor here off the bottom of this filter, just here, and then we take this bit off, which is the sensor, and screw it onto the new filter. It's just a bit annoying. Dad's kicking himself and annoyed with himself because he reckons he should have sprayed the tates off quicker, but you can't do nothing about it. I'm trying to keep positive, but it's a job too, so we'll get caught up on the jobs that nobody sees. Like, this needs servicing, so we'll give it a service. So, genuine filters. Screw that on there. Been told we need to fill these filters up before putting them on, so I'll go and get some diesel. Right, fuel filter's changed. I've changed the engine oil and the engine oil filter. I'm going to fire it up in a second, make sure that's all right, and then move on to the back end filter. Just check my oil. Yeah, she's all right. I'll fire it up, make sure I ain't got no leakage. nobody likes any leakage. And yeah, I've just had a message from Lewis from Norfolk Fords. If you haven't watched the channel, go over there, give him a follow, give him a subscribe. He's just mentioned an open day. Don't know who it is. Probably a cultivations or most likely drilling open day somewhere, and on the 13th. So if it's raining or anything like that and we can't pick potatoes, he wondered if I'd like to go and end up in a pub somewhere. So that sounds alright, but obviously it depends if we're picking potatoes, but that'd be a good video. I want it having a walk around looking at a few different things. So yeah, we will see. That's nice of him. But yeah, go check his channel out. He's a good old boy. I met up with him what was it, a couple of months back. Went over to his farm and had a walk around, and over to his dad's, and fortunately his dad wasn't there. I know you watched the videos, yeah, unfortunately his dad wasn't there to have a chat with, and I never took my GoPro, just a general walk around and a nice chat and a cup of coffee, and yeah, very nice people. So yeah, go head over to his channel and give him a follow. Good, we ain't got no leaks. A couple of cranks, and she started. When you change the fuel filters on these engines, they're not always the easiest to prime up. The old ones are easier. The old ones are what I learnt on. So like the old T7 200s, and like the 6080s, 6090s, and tractors like that. Non-AdBlue and things like that. That's what I learnt on when I was at PEX. I don't really tend to deal with these newer ones because of the AdBlue and stuff like that, unless you get it deleted. It's actually stopped raining. I'll move on to the messy back end filters now. Nice. Up next is, we've got a filter under there, so that's a casing. We'll take that off, two bolts I believe. We'll take that off. It's always good to take that off because there's all crap builds up in there. Take that off, and then there's a filter in this canister here that's an absolute brilliant one to change. This one here, I believe, I need the number, and I'll see if I've got another one in stock. If not, I'll have to go and pick one up. So I'm just going to go and see if we've got one in stock. What's that? P179343. Remember that. What was it? What was it? What number was it? Testing you. What a view, eh? What a view. What was it? 9343. What have we got here? 9343. This is the bad one. This is the bad boy we wanted. Alright, it's not C&H, but we ordered these off a company called Largo, and they do filters. They're non-genuine filters, but they're made pretty much in the same factory. So yeah, that's our little filter, and yeah, different tools sort of thing. Yeah, it's all made. Dad made this all. It was up in the other shed, and then we moved it in here. And yeah, we had these staircases bought from Sheffins a while back, and he made all that, built all of it himself. All of it is south. Yeah, absolute quality. But we'll go and get mucked up changing this. I'm glad I've got this. It saves me running out and fetching it. You're probably wondering, well, why are you servicing the tractor yourself? Well, this is our 19 plate T6145. It's not the 180, so it's not under warranty. It's out of warranty, and it's also done 3,500 hours, or nearly 3,500 hours. So I just thought I'd give it a birthday before it gets on the drill and while it's wet. So if I'd have touched the 180, then that'd void the warranty and everything like that. So that's got to be dealt with by Pex. Pex was here this morning changing a electric spool valve on the T6 180. You know, it's got 4 spools, a green, blue, brown and a black spool valve, all electric, built into the armrest. We've had all 4 of them spools replaced because every single spool had a fault on, which is absolutely shocking. New Holland, I don't know why there's been an error code in all 4 spool valves, but we've had them all 4 changed. Yeah, not impressed with New Holland for that. I suppose everything breaks, but yeah, really not impressed with that. And yeah, it is what it is. If you've heard, Pex, unfortunately, are a business that have lost the New Holland franchise. Just down the road as well, as a local depot we've used for 30 plus some odd years. We're absolutely gutted. Obviously we're New Holland through and through, wearing Case overalls. They've lost Case as well, they've lost the whole C&H franchise. Yeah, which is annoying, but we'll have to look somewhere else in the future, I think. Who knows? That is the question. But we'll get changing these filters. Yeah. Right. Now that guard's off, you can see this whole filter housing just here. Let me take you off and flip you around. Ooh, that's better. One of the quickest ways to drain the back end oil on a New Holland, it's quite cosy in here, isn't it? That is the bung there, just there. You can take that out, unscrew it, and most of the back end oil will just fall out. To get the filter out, put a 30 or 32mm socket on there, crack that off, and you can see there's little arrows. I think you just got to spin it a little bit and it'll just drop out. But if you just want to change the filter like what I'm doing, there's an air bleeding red screw up here somewhere, if I can find it. I've got my hand on it, and I'll turn that, and that'll cut off a certain amount. It still gets slared up with oil, but it'll cut off a certain amount of oil coming to this filter and dropping out all over the floor. So I'll turn that, as I'm not going to drain the back end oil out totally, but I'll change this filter before I do that filter. Otherwise, if you change this filter, you get dripped on, and then you try and do that filter by all the oils dripping on you. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, not nice. So yeah, we'll change this filter. See, I'll record it and see how much oil I get on me. I'm going to get another bucket. For fuck's sake. Covered in fucking oil. Alright, let's replace that O-ring. Get in there. Replace the O-ring. O-ring replaced. Told you it's messy. Do not wear clean clothes. As you can see, let me just click the camera. You can see the oil's coming out. You can also see halfway up my nostrils and the camera is placed. Don't worry about that. All there is black fen soil. And then simply roll your sleeves up. Tattoos and oil don't mix, so don't have a fresh tattoo. I know someone who did. Didn't go very well. As I pull this, a lot of oil will either come out or not too much will come out. But and there we go. Filter dropped out. I must have turned the bleed screw off correctly, because otherwise there would have been a hell of a mess. And it isn't too bad. When I was at Pex, you used to go on some farms and it'd be, it started raining again, you'd be in the middle of the yard on a freshly bit of concrete and the farmer would say, don't make a mess. And yeah, just a robin just come in here and attack me. Right, fresh. I haven't done this in ages, have not serviced a tractor. Well, there's a lot to think about, isn't there? And I've slept since then, so I would push the filter up. A bit of a tight old squeeze, and I was just to give it a... Oh, well, that's in correctly. I'll sort of give it another one. I've been told it's the right filter. There we go. That's just pushed it up a bit more. I should be able to get the lid on now. It's flush with the inside, whether you can see because I've got head torch on. Oh, someone wants me. See, now that'll fit. That should fit lovely. Twist that to there. Get your socket. Twist that. We're there. Make sure it's flush around the outside. And that is it. Don't over tighten it. That is it. Now onto this one. I'll stop the video recording while I do this one. I feel like this video is a bit boring anyway, but it's raining. Right, I've had a run in, she's all good. Just put the guard back on and it started raining again. Dear oh dear. But Mum's just called me in the house. Sound like a 2-year-old, don't I? Mum's called me in the house. I've got to do a couple of things on the internet. Dad's in the house doing a bit of paperwork, don't blame him. Because it's not very nice out here at all. He sorted the tater harvester out this morning. And I'll get filming that once we get going, probably, if there's not too much swearing, trying to get these spuds out. But I can't see us going for a good week now, so I'll keep you posted. But I got a new phone, got a JCB phone. Yeah, it's all right, but it's not an iPhone. So if anyone knows my number and's been using iMessage, it don't work. But it's a JCB tough phone, all touchscreen. They weren't going to pay 1,500 quid for an iPhone, so I spent 300 quid on a JCB phone. And yeah, keeping the apps and all that down to a minimum. So I was on TikTok, so I'm not on that anymore. I call it shit talk. I do a little bit on Instagram now. Facebook I don't really use, apart from like the marketplace, buying and selling some stuff. Other than that, I'm just going to do my YouTube videos as and when. Not push YouTube like some people do. As you know, I don't sell any merchandise and stuff like that. I just think that's a load of hassle. And obviously I'm promoting Agrimend, Michael, good mate, good friend. His business is agricultural engineers business, specialising in JCB, telehandlers and fast tracks. So yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, don't subscribe, I ain't bothered, but just thought I'd show you this miserable day, give you a quick update on how we're doing, and give you a quick rundown on what we've been doing today. Getting slared up with oil and changing some filters, giving it a birthday, the old T6 a birthday. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Let's hope next time there's some sun. But yeah, like I say, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. See you later. Ta.